Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Sugarman Build-A-Figure Wave, X-Men Wave, X-Man. Which, yeah, we know he's an X-Man. What's his name? I don't get why. Oh, I got you. That's his name. But it's also Nate Gray. I'm leaving it in, I don't care. So this guy is a figure I was actually looking forward to. I don't care about the character one way or the other, but I've always liked his design. Jacket's always cool, and then eyes that glow and shoot sparkly stuff when you're using psychic powers. I mean, that's always nice. So I've always kind of liked the character design. And the figure is in some ways good. I'm happy with it in a lot of ways. But there are a few things that just really rub me the wrong way, and we're going to talk about that. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. And this guy stands just about 6 5/8 inches tall, which makes him pretty close to, let's say, just shy of 17 centimeters, something like that. And my first impression of this guy is I really like the jacket and the arms. That definitely gives the jacketed look. That's very nice. Second impression is the painted yellow spots above the waist look like fresh butt. They are green because the yellow is so poorly done all the way around. This whole trim piece is butts. On the arms, I guess it's not too bad there. Could be better. These don't look great in some spots. Alright, I guess it's not total butts. It's only butts in some places. The legs are actually really nicely done. Those yellow lines, the gambit lines, those are very nice. His special place lines, those are very nice. And the back of his head is a transparent mess. What the heck? I hope that shows up on camera, but in real life, it looks like someone colored it with a Sharpie. You know, it's like transparent and streaky. That's what that looks like IRL. Looks gross. Also, there's no shading in the hair at the top or anywhere else. And this is like glossy, gunky white. So I get what they're going for, but very poorly executed. This thing right here, I love it. I love the way it has the transition from yellow to orange. That's very nice. I do think it shouldn't look like he has a hole in his head behind it, and it does look like that a lot. It should look like this. See how he has an eye? They didn't give him an eye. That yellow thing clearly just pegs right into his face, and that looks goofy. That's going to be really hard for anybody to correct because you can't just paint an eye on the outside. I guess maybe you could slice that peg and insert something. I mean, now, they could have easily just accounted for it when they made it, but now that it's done, that's gonna be rough. His face is a little... he's... whatever. I don't know. He's making a weird frowny face, but only from the bottom half of his face. The top half of his face is not reacting to the bottom half of his face. Whatever, it's not the best look for anybody ever. Also, let's go ahead and just get into the anatomy. We're already getting in on this figure, so let's do it. His thighs are shorter than his lower legs. Again, I don't know why they keep doing that. That's not how anatomy works. It's the opposite of how it works. In fact, they're almost exactly the opposite. If you took this length, put it up here, and this length, and put it down here, it would look a whole lot better. Also, the thighs are still really thin. This is Bucky Cap. We've seen this a million times. Long legs, thin thighs, makes him look like a stilt person. Also, he has very tiny feet. His feet are very small. You have to say it like that to emphasize how tiny they are. These are a retooling or a modified version of the original Bucky Cap feet, as far as I can tell. Those used to have like the wrinkly leather texture. These are completely smooth, but they're so freaking small. And the Bucky Cap feet were small. If they're making new ones, why not just make new ones? Tiny feet, long stilt legs, definitely throws off the look of the figure. If you go like this, he looks so much better. If you bring in the legs, he looks weird. If you care about anatomy. If you don't, then why are you watching a review? Anyway, I'm torn because I like a lot of it. The fact that they painted some of the yellow really nicely, that's wonderful. The sculpt is great all the way around. I love the sculpt. I love the jacket. I love the shirt. We have some new parts on here. That's fantastic. I like the eye thingy. The sculpt for the hair is nice. It's just, they Hasbro'd it up a little bit with the paint on the hair. Both places. The sculpt I could just live with. That's fine. The frowny face, it looks like he ate something sour, but whatever. It's just the little things. I don't know. I'm still going to give it a 7. I think it's fine. But there's enough here that it could have been like an 8 or a 9 if they just followed through. You get me? There's a lot of new stuff here too. I hate that it's not a higher rating. Whatever. As far as accessories go, 0. We don't have any. All right, time for the articulation. It shouldn't be too surprising. We've seen at least some of these parts before. So let's see. Oh, by the way, he does have lollipop. His head does sit too high. It shouldn't do that. He would look better if his head didn't quite sit so high. That's a bummer. But we do have lollipop, so hinge and ball peg with unnatural posing capabilities because of the lolly. It is very popish. Not great. Don't understand why they keep doing that. Stop doing that. For the shoulders, we get horizontal range, which is nice. I love that they gave him like an extra poof here. So many times we don't have shoulders on our Marvel Legends figures because they're so low and set in here that this gives him the right look. That's great. Full rotation, bicep swivel, that's all fine. Double jointed elbow, nice enough range for a poofy jacket, that's fine. Wrist swivel and hinge, that's fine. Ab crunch, what the heck is going on? You can't use the ab crunch going back at all. We got a pizza oven going on. That is not good. That is terrible. Leaning forward, you can lean forward and that's fine. Just don't lean him back. I mean, you can lean him a little bit before the gap shows, but not much. Waist twist is a waist twist. We've seen these hips before. Really nice range out to the side. Going forward, he kicks pretty nicely. They don't really go back too far at all. Thigh swivel is a swivel. Knees are sufficient. Boot swivel is a boot swivel. And baby feet go all the way back and all the way forward. God, the baby feet are just so weird. Bad angle for the ankle rotation, but you can just do that, and it doesn't look too bad because this doesn't stick out too much. So articulation's not bad other than the pizza oven in the chest, so I'll give it an 8 for the, well, yeah, whatever, 8's fine. I'm getting close to losing the rating system. It just seems so arbitrary. Anyway, I'm so torn on this one. I said 7 and 8 and 0. I'm not going to count the 0 in the final rating too much. I'm not going to weight it heavily because he does have at least pose hands and not gripping hands. I'm going to go ahead and say it could be a 9 if they did a good job with the paint and fixed things like the lollipop in the pizza oven. I'm going to go with 8 though. I still, despite the flaws, I'm going to go with 8. Lots of new sculpt here and the sculpt is fantastic for the upper body completely. I love it. It's great other than the frowny face. The legs are just throwing it off so much. Like, if you know anatomy at all, you can't see that and think it looks normal. His upper thighs look like they're not part of his body. Like they're from somebody else's body. Look how long his shin bone is. Holy crap, that's a long 7. I'm going down to 7. I can't help it. I can't help it. This would be an 8, but this is a 7. Those proportions are stupid. All right, there it is. Let me know what you guys think about this sort of stuff, like the different proportion being a problem or not. I don't know. Let me know if you guys care or if you don't care. But I'm still going to point it out either way. You guys can decide if it bothers you or if it doesn't. That's my job. Your job is to use the information however you like, so you do that. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should, because I have new videos out almost every day. Obviously, sometimes there's some dry spells, but when I do have dry spells, I do have thousands of videos already on the channel. You can just click on them and they're there. You can watch them, and you might like them. So come back for all of that, and in the meantime, keep collecting.